Profitable practices. Farm solutions for people, profit, and the planet on Real Agriculture is brought to you by Farm Credit Canada and RBC Royal Bank.
Hi, I'm Bernard Tobin. Welcome to Profitable Practices. Today I'm in Smithville, Ontario, visiting with Steve Yungblut of Greenview Holsteins. On this episode, Steve is going to tell us how his family is using robots and automation to help milk, feed, and keep cows more comfortable. It's all part of their strategy to make this dairy operation more profitable and sustainable. Hey Steve, thanks for the invite. We appreciate you making the time.
Hey Bern, thanks for the opportunity. Great to be here.
Tell me about Greenview Holsteins. Give us a snapshot of the farm operation. Introduce us to the business.
Yeah, so I farm here with my parents, Ron and Kim. My wife works part-time here. She works full-time at the local feed mill where we source our feed. I'm fourth generation dairy farmer. We moved to this farm in January of 2017. We had a barn fire in July of 2016, and we parted ways with my uncle. I wanted to continue into dairy. So we milk about 65 to 70 cows in this new facility. We built it in 2020. It's a 4-row perimeter feed barn, 120 stalls. We've got 2 Lely A5s and a Lely Vector. We farm about 250 acres, and we grow mainly corn for grain and silage, soybeans, and then we cover crop all of our acres with rye and triticale.
Okay, I want to talk about automation. You mentioned those robots. Over the years, you've added automation, innovation on this farm, as you mentioned. Milking, feeding robots, even some cow brushes here. What are the challenges you're trying to address with automation?
Yeah, so I farm here with my mom and dad, and it is just the 3 of us. Dairy farming is a 7 days a week, 365 job, and finding labor, is the single most important thing that we were trying to overcome when we built this facility. We are milking 65 to 70, but my aspirations are to fill the barn to 120 milking cows. And when we laid it out and we were thinking about automation, we really wanted to look to the future and make this a one-man operation. So my dad is retirement age, whether he ever fully retires, but now he can kind of step back and I can run with it. And the workload is manageable. So I guess that was probably the biggest thing for me.
Let's talk about some opportunities here. Obviously, you addressed the challenges. What are the opportunities? The milk robots, you've got the feed robots here. How does that impact your ability to manage the cows and the farm? Let's start with the milk robots.
Yeah, so on the milking robot side, we move these cows into a freestall environment, so a group setting. But managing cows in a robot allows us to still manage the cows individually. So all of the data that we're able to extract from the robots, we can see on an individual cow basis, daily milk production, feed intake, certain health parameters, and milk quality parameters, I should say. So that really allows me to come into the barn in the morning and see what each individual cow is doing before I even step foot into the barn itself. And then on the feeding robot side, making feed takes quite a bit of time. When we're in the old facility, it probably took me 3 to 4 hours a day. And now, as long as I'm on top of my maintenance with the feeding equipment, feeding cows doesn't take any time at all, really. It maybe takes me an hour every week to 2 weeks. I lower my silo doors and I check my feed bins. And I mean, the 2 combined feeding robots and the feeding robot, the Vector, has allowed me to free up those hours in a day to be with the cows. I do my own artificial insemination. I like to do some hoof trimming. We do our own equipment maintenance and field work. So we're able to accomplish all those other tasks when we would otherwise be milking or doing barn chores.
Steve, tell us more about the decision to add automation. You work closely with Grand River Robotics. Tony's here today from Grand River. What was your thought process? Take us through the strategy.
Yeah, so before we built the facility, we were overcrowded in the old barn. We were swinging cows, and doing that 7 days a week became tedious. When we were looking at building a new facility, our thought process was that we wanted to keep it a family farm. Not that I'm not a people person, but I would prefer to manage my cows rather than manage people. So hiring outside labor was not something that I was real keen on. So that naturally lent us to automating the milking process and the feeding process. As far as deciding which robot brand or company to go with, for me, Laley has always had the reputation as number one in the industry. I mean, what they do is robotics, right? That is their focal point. I also really like their philosophy of the cow comes first. It wasn't just about getting milk out of the cow, but doing what was best for the cow in this environment. And then from that, talking to other farmers, some of them friends, some of them not, just what their experience was with Laley and their Laley Center as far as service, and it was all positive feedback.
So you mentioned, when working with Tony and his team, you've got that support as well.
Yeah, so I mean, moving from a tie stall barn to freestyle barn with robots is a huge learning curve, and with that, Grand River provides an excellent farm management support team to help you with any of the challenges that you might be wondering why your visits are struggling or production isn't quite where you'd like it to be. So they can either come to the farm or log in remotely, and they're very insightful. They can see things that maybe you would overlook at first glance. And then from there, I mean, service on the technical or the equipment side of it, we're very fortunate that we have local technicians for both the robotic milkers and the feeding robot. So I mean, we're not at capacity, but we still prefer not to have a robot down for very long. So knowing that I can make a phone call and have them out here in a timely manner and get us back up and running is priceless for me.
Steve, when you look at the experience of adding automation, what do you see as the biggest benefit here? Just in general, in adding this automation to your operation?
Yeah, so I think for me, the ability to increase that milk frequency, drive more production out of these cows without the added labor. They talk about going to 3x milking in a parlor, and we have that ability to milk 3, 4, 5 times a day. And it really doesn't impact my schedule, so that's great for me.
Based on your experience so far, how would you assess the impact that automation has had on the sustainability and the profitability of your farm operation?
Yeah, so as far as profitability, I go back to that increased milk frequency. It's going to allow us to push for more production, more output, with the same or fewer inputs, specifically labor. So long term, I can see myself milking 120 cows in this facility, and it's really not going to add a significant amount of workload compared to my day-to-day routine now. So that would be, I guess, on the business side of it. And sustainability-wise, I think about my young family that we're starting, my wife and I. And dairy farming is a 7 days a week, 365-day year job. And I think the robots give you a work-life balance. And for me, if I want to do this for the next 30 plus years, I need to be able to enjoy things outside of the farm. So having this automation will give me that flexibility, and I get kind of the best of both worlds.
Final question, what's next for automation? You got your eye on anything?
Yeah, so we've got the milking robots, the feeding robot, and we've got the cow brush. And part of that automation for me was about the consistency, getting the jobs done day to day. So for us, hoof health in a freestall environment is vitally important. So we're looking to add automated foot baths. So that will be in the short term. And then we're also renovating the old facility that we milked in for more heifer space. And that will also allow us to feed all of those young stock with the Lely vector. So I guess those would be the two big things.
Well, great stuff, Steve. Hey, we appreciate you taking some time, sharing your story at realagriculture.com.
Well, thanks, Bern. It's been great, and thanks for the opportunity.